ask you to endure great risk for me.
Esteban, make your choice.
The 1961 American Western titled The Comancheros was helmed by Michael Curtiz and adapted from Paul Wellman's 1952 novel of the same name. The film featured John Wayne alongside Stuart Whitman, showcasing a gripping narrative set against the backdrop of the American West. During the production, an unexpected crisis arose when the director faced serious health issues. In a remarkable turn of events, John Wayne stepped in to support his ailing director. He took on additional responsibilities, ensuring that the film continued smoothly despite the challenges. Wayne's dedication to his craft and his respect for Curtiz shone through as he worked tirelessly to keep the production on track. His leadership not only helped maintain the film's momentum, but also uplifted the cast and crew during a difficult time. This behind-the-scenes story highlights Wayne's commitment to his colleagues and the film industry, showcasing a side of him that many may not be aware of.
I'm going to pack your things and go into town with Uncle Jake. Maybe some visits.
The film features a remarkable supporting cast that enhances the overall experience. Lee Marvin, although present for a brief moment, stands out as a shining point in the film. His interactions with John Wayne are perfectly timed, adding depth to the storyline. Marvin's charisma and talent leave a lasting impression, making his short appearance memorable. In addition to Marvin, the film includes Bruce Cabot, who brings his own unique flair to the project. Jack Elam, known for his distinctive looks, appears in a notably slender form, showcasing his versatility as an actor. Patrick Wayne, John Wayne's son, also plays a role, contributing to the film's family connection. Edgar Buchanan, recognized from the television series Petticoat Junction, rounds out the cast, adding a familiar face for viewers. Together, this ensemble creates a rich tapestry of characters that support the main narrative, making The Comancheros not just a vehicle for its lead star, but a well-rounded film with engaging performances throughout. The chemistry among the cast members elevates the film, ensuring that even in their limited screen time, they leave a significant impact on the audience.
Another thing.
Yeah,
Regret.
that's too bad. We owe him.
The film takes place in Texas during the mid-19th century, a time marked by significant turmoil and conflict. This period was crucial as Texas was on the brink of statehood, and the landscape was fraught with danger. The Comanche tribe was actively engaged in warfare, fiercely defending their territory against encroaching settlers. Their raids created a climate of fear and uncertainty among the local population. Amidst this chaos, a group of renegade white men known as Comancheros emerged. These individuals played a controversial role by providing the Comanches with weapons and supplies, effectively aiding them in their fight against settlers and the U.S. government. The Comancheros operated in a morally gray area, often seen as traitors by some and as opportunists by others. Their actions contributed to the ongoing violence and instability in the region, complicating the already tense relations between Native Americans and settlers. The setting of the film captures the essence of this troubled time, showcasing the rugged landscapes of Texas and the harsh realities faced by those living in such a volatile environment. The interactions between the characters reflect the broader conflicts of loyalty, survival, and the struggle for power during a pivotal moment in American history. The film immerses viewers in a world where alliances are fragile, and the line between right and wrong is often blurred. The movie relates the story of a Texas Ranger played by John Wayne and his gambler prisoner played by Stuart Whitman, who team up together to detect and destroy the renegade society. John Wayne, known for his strong screen presence, fits perfectly into the role of the Texas Ranger. He portrays a character that is easygoing and straightforward, yet there is a fierce side that emerges when provoked. This duality makes his character compelling and relatable. Stuart Whitman, as the gambler, adds an interesting dynamic to the story. His character is not just a prisoner, he brings a unique perspective and skills that complement the Ranger's abilities. Together, they navigate the challenges posed by the renegade society, which adds tension and excitement to the plot. The film showcases their evolving partnership, highlighting themes of trust and redemption. Wayne's performance is particularly noteworthy, as he embodies the classic Western hero archetype. His character's calm demeanor contrasts sharply with the chaos around him, making the moments when he gets angry all the more impactful. The film captures the essence of the Wild West, with its rugged landscapes and moral complexities, while also delivering a story about friendship and justice. The chemistry between Wayne and Whitman drives the narrative forward, making their journey engaging for the audience. As they face various obstacles, the film explores the idea that sometimes unlikely allies can achieve great things together. The action sequences are well crafted, and the dialogue is sharp, reflecting the personalities of the characters involved. Overall, the film is a classic Western that showcases the talents of its lead actors, while telling a story of courage and camaraderie in the face of adversity. The blend of action, humor, and drama makes it a memorable entry in the genre.
Excuse us, sir. With envy, young man.
Lee Marvin makes a vivid impression in his brief but colorful role as Tolly Crow, a half-vile-tempered Comanchero agent in the 1961 film The Comancheros. His performance stands out, showcasing a character that is both menacing and intriguing. The film is notable not just for Marvin's role, but also for its incredible stunt work. The stuntmen in this movie are phenomenal, executing harder falls, bigger leaps, and more troublesome maneuvers than many other films of the time. The raid and battle sequences are particularly impressive, making the film worth watching for action enthusiasts. Marvin's portrayal in this film was significant for his career. John Wayne, a legendary figure in westerns, recommended Marvin to director John Ford for the role of the villain in The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, which came out in 1962. This bit part in The Comancheros helped to propel Lee Marvin's career forward, leading to more prominent roles in the years that followed. His ability to capture the essence of a complex character in such a short time on screen is a testament to his talent as an actor. The combination of Marvin's performance and the thrilling action sequences creates a memorable viewing experience that resonates with audiences. The film remains a classic example of the Western genre, showcasing the talents of its cast and crew. On the very first day of filming The Comancheros, John Wayne made his political views clear when he reprimanded the third assistant director, Tom Mankiewicz, for wearing a John F. Kennedy button. Wayne told him to take it off, stating that they do not advertise socialism on his set. This incident highlighted Wayne's strong political stance, especially considering that he had campaigned for Richard Nixon during the 1960 presidential election. Wayne's discontent with the Kennedy administration was rooted in his belief that Kennedy was responsible for the failure of the Bay of Pigs invasion. His feelings toward the Kennedy family were notably negative, reflecting a broader sentiment among some conservatives of that era. Wayne's actions on set were not just about personal preference. They were emblematic of his larger political beliefs and the cultural climate of the time. His commitment to his views was evident in how he managed his film sets, ensuring that they aligned with his political ideology. This incident serves as a reminder of how intertwined politics and Hollywood can be, especially during a time of significant political change in America.
I admit it as the...
Paul Wellman wrote the novel that inspired The Comancheros with Cary Grant in mind for the character of Paul Regret. This character, portrayed by Stuart Whitman in the film, was originally meant to be the lead in Wellman's story. However, by the time the movie was produced, Cary Grant had aged out of the role, making it unlikely that he would accept a part that required him to take second billing to John Wayne. This shift in casting led to a significant change in the narrative structure of the film. In the novel, Paul Regret was the central figure, but the filmmakers decided to amplify John Wayne's role, making him the lead character instead. This alteration not only changed the dynamics of the story, but also shifted the focus away from the character that Wellman had originally envisioned as the protagonist. The decision to elevate Wayne's character over Regret's created a different tone and emphasis in the film, diverging from the source material in a notable way. The film thus became a blend of Wellman's original vision and the star power of John Wayne, leading to a unique interpretation of the story that reflected the Hollywood landscape of the time.
Once said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. He stole!
In the film The Comancheros, John Wayne portrays Captain Jake Cutter, a character who embodies the rugged spirit of the American West. Throughout the movie, Wayne is known by two names, Jake Cutter and McBain. This duality adds depth to his character, showcasing his versatility and the complexities of his role as a lawman. A notable detail occurs when he checks into a hotel, where the name William H. Clothier appears in the registry. This name belongs to the film's director of photography, adding a clever Easter egg for attentive viewers. Additionally, the name of Jack Burns, the assistant director, is also present, further enriching the film with these hidden nods. Such details reflect the playful nature of the filmmakers, who included these subtle references to honor their crew. The film captures the essence of the Western genre, with Wayne's performance at its heart, making it a memorable piece of cinema. In the film The Comancheros, John Wayne's character is known as Big Jake, a name that resonates with Wayne's legacy, especially since he portrayed Jacob McCandless in the 1971 film Big Jake. This connection adds a layer of familiarity and depth to his role in the Comancheros. The production of this movie also involved the Navajo tribe, who played a significant part in the film's authenticity. Members of the Navajo tribe were transported from the picturesque Monument Valley area to the shooting location near Moab, Utah. This choice not only showcased the stunning landscapes, but also honored the cultural heritage of the Native American community. Interestingly, the Navajo actors spoke their lines in their native language, Navajo, rather than Comanche. This decision highlighted the film's commitment to cultural representation and provided a unique touch to the dialogue, enriching the overall viewing experience. The collaboration with the Navajo tribe reflects a broader trend in Western films of the era, where filmmakers sought to incorporate authentic cultural elements into their storytelling. The use of the Navajo language in the film serves as a reminder of the rich history and traditions of Native American tribes, making the Comancheros not just a Western, but also a film that acknowledges and respects the cultural narratives of its time. The film stands out for its efforts to include authentic voices and perspectives, which adds to its significance in the genre.
You know, it's getting very tiresome lugging the saddle around. I don't suppose you take my word of honor that I won't try to escape.
The stern-wheeler steamboat known as the John B. Dickey, which appears docked at Galveston, Texas in the movie The Comancheros, is actually a prop boat. This boat was on loan from Universal Studios and was likely set in a large pond located on the Universal backlot. Its real name was the Enterprise, and it has made appearances in several other films, showcasing its versatility as a prop. Notably, it can be seen in The Mississippi Gambler from 1953, The Far Country from 1954, and Four for Texas in 1963. Unfortunately, the Enterprise met a tragic fate when it was completely destroyed in a large fire on the Universal lot in 1967. This loss marked the end of its journey as a cinematic vessel, but its legacy lives on through the films it graced. The use of such props in movies adds a layer of authenticity and charm, allowing audiences to immerse themselves in the stories being told. The John B. Dickey, while fictional in its setting, represents a piece of cinematic history that contributed to the storytelling of its time.
You're gonna play poker. Might take me longer to get it back that way, but you got time.
Initially, the film The Comancheros was set to be directed by George Stevens, a well-known filmmaker who had a vision for the project. He was interested in bringing the story to life after completing his work on the epic film Giant in 1956. However, as time went on, Stevens shifted his focus to a different project. In 1959, he became captivated by the story of the Diary of Anne Frank, which led him to abandon his plans for the Comancheros. This change in direction had significant implications for the film's future. Ultimately, Stevens decided to sell the film rights to 20th Century Fox for a substantial sum of $300,000. This transaction marked a pivotal moment in the film's development, as it opened the door for new creative talents to take the helm. The decision to move on from the Comancheros allowed Stevens to pursue a project that resonated more with him at that time, while also providing an opportunity for others to explore the Western genre in a fresh way. The legacy of the Comancheros would continue, but it would do so without the direct influence of Stevens, who had made a name for himself with his previous works.
This is Lake. Say, Jake, you think you can talk Schofield into moving into town to this...
Initially, Claire Huffaker was signed by the studio to adapt the screenplay for the Comancheros, with the intention of having Gary Cooper star in the film. However, plans changed early in 1961, when the studio decided not to use Cooper. Following this, Douglas Hayes was announced as both the writer and director of the project. The casting took another turn when John Wayne and Charlton Heston were announced as the stars of the film. This combination generated excitement among fans and industry insiders alike. However, Heston later dropped out of the project, leading to Tom Tryon being brought in as his replacement. As the production continued to evolve, further changes occurred when Hayes also exited the project. This led to Michael Curtiz's stepping in to take over the directing duties. The constant shifts in casting and direction reflected the challenges often faced in Hollywood productions, especially during that era. The film's journey from its initial conception to its eventual realization showcased the complexities of filmmaking, particularly in the Western genre, which was immensely popular at the time.
What's your trouble?
You think me a blackmailer?
Or whatever. Or whatever your game is.
Parts of the film The Comancheros were shot in several picturesque locations in Utah, including Professor Valley, Dead Horse Point, Kings Bottom, Onion Creek, and Haver Ranch. These stunning landscapes provided a fitting backdrop for the story, enhancing the film's portrayal of the rugged and wild nature of the American West. The Texas Rangers, a key element in the film, have a rich history that dates back to their formation as a small force of 60 men. Their numbers grew to 150 during the Texas War for Independence. When Texas became a state in 1845, the Rangers were disbanded, as their duties were to be taken over by the U.S. Army. However, in 1850, they were reconstituted as a force of 100 men tasked with patrolling and protecting an expansive area of 268,000 square miles. This vast territory was divided into 6 companies, each consisting of just over a dozen men. With hundreds of miles between their posts, the Rangers operated independently, never abandoning their patrol areas. They did not ride together as a large army, contrary to the depiction in the film. Their official uniform included a long duster coat, an identification made from a Mexican peso coin, symbolizing their unique identity and commitment to law and order in the frontier. The film captures the spirit of these early lawmen and their adventures in a time when the West was still largely untamed.
I've got what you might consider a weakness.
In the film The Comancheros, Patrick Wayne plays a significant role as Toby, who is an integral part of the story. One interesting detail about his character is the neckerchief he wears, which is identical to the one worn by his father, John Wayne, in the earlier film Hondo from 1953. This connection adds a layer of depth to Patrick's role, as it not only showcases a visual link between father and son, but also highlights the legacy of John Wayne in the Western genre. Patrick Wayne's performance as Toby is compelling, as he navigates the challenges and adventures that unfold throughout the film. His character's journey is essential to the plot, and he interacts with various characters, contributing to the film's themes of loyalty, bravery, and the complexities of life in the Old West. The dynamic between Toby and the other characters enriches the narrative, making Patrick's role memorable and impactful. The film captures the essence of the Western genre, while allowing Patrick Wayne to shine in his portrayal of Toby, showcasing his talent and connection to his father's legacy.
Same as you.
Right, partner.
Throughout the film The Comancheros, Paul Regret's character experiences a significant transformation. Initially, he is portrayed as a man on the run, constantly evading the relentless pursuit of John Wayne's character. Regret finds himself in a precarious situation, repeatedly getting captured and escaping, which adds tension and excitement to the narrative. His journey is marked by a series of close calls and narrow escapes, showcasing his resourcefulness and determination to evade capture. As the story unfolds, a pivotal change occurs in Regret's fate. The Texas Rangers, recognizing his bravery and previous encounters with the Comancheros, decide to intervene on his behalf. They fabricate a story that Regret had been working undercover as a ranger, spying on the Comancheros supply line. This clever twist not only clears his name, but also transforms his status from a fugitive to a respected member of the Texas Rangers. Ultimately, this act of valor and the Rangers' deception lead to Regret being sworn in as a Texas Ranger. This moment signifies a complete turnaround in his character arc, as he moves from being a hunted man to a hero in the eyes of the law. The film concludes with Regret finally finding a sense of belonging and purpose, no longer needing to live in fear or on the run. His journey reflects themes of redemption and the complexities of justice, leaving a lasting impression on the audience.
To get it back that way, but you got time. You took it quick enough.
After finding one of the Comancheros' suppliers and killing him in self-defense, Cutter takes over the delivery wagon and infiltrates the Comanchero community located in the valley. This act of desperation leads him deeper into a world filled with danger and intrigue. As he navigates this new environment, Cutter becomes captivated by Pilar, the daughter of the Comanchero leader. Their first encounter on a paddle boat leaves a lasting impression on him, and he finds it hard to forget her. Pilar embodies a mix of strength and vulnerability, drawing Cutter closer despite the risks involved. As he becomes more entrenched in the Comanchero lifestyle, Cutter struggles with his feelings for Pilar and the reality of his mission. The tension between his duty and his heart creates a complex emotional landscape. He is torn between loyalty to his own values and the undeniable connection he feels with Pilar. This love interest complicates his infiltration, as he must balance his growing affection for her with the need to maintain his cover. The stakes rise as Cutter realizes that his actions could have serious consequences for both him and Pilar, leading to a gripping narrative filled with suspense and romance. After the intense showdown, Qatar and the Texas Rangers emerge victorious against the Comanches. The battle is fierce, showcasing the bravery and skill of the Rangers as they fight to protect their territory. The Comancheros, realizing the futility of their actions, begin to feel regret for their choices. In the aftermath, Qatar finds solace in his new relationship with Pilar, who has been a source of support throughout the turmoil. Together, they decide to leave Mexico behind, seeking a fresh start away from the chaos of their past. As they ride away, the sun sets in the distance, casting a warm glow over the landscape. Jake, a dedicated ranger, watches them depart with a sense of fulfillment. He knows that his duty is not yet complete, and he must return to his fellow rangers. With a determined spirit, he mounts his horse and rides off into the sunset, ready to rejoin the ranger company. The journey ahead is uncertain, but Jake is prepared to face whatever challenges may come, embodying the spirit of the West and the commitment to justice.
Trial.
Trial.
See whether you'll live or die. You'll die.
Well, I always figured to die.
During much of the shooting of the Comancheros, director Michael Curtiz was seriously ill. His health deteriorated significantly, and he passed away shortly after the film was released. Despite his condition, Curtiz worked hard to bring the film to life. On the days when he could not direct or was too ill to work, John Wayne stepped in to take over the direction of the film. Wayne's dedication to the project was evident, as he wanted to ensure that the film maintained its quality and vision. When the film was completed, Wayne made a significant decision regarding the credits. He insisted that Curtiz's name appear alone as the director of the film, refusing any credit for himself as co-director. This act of humility and respect for Curtiz showcased the type of individual Wayne was. He was not only a hero on the screen but also lived those values in his daily life. His actions reflected a deep sense of loyalty and honor, which is often admired by those who know the story. Hats off to you, John Wayne, for your integrity and character during a challenging time in the filmmaking process.
How are we going to eat? Serving out in the fresh air, side of bacon, beans,